AI-driven business models from scarcity to abundance. AI in modern business, we can point to a few really good examples of companies that have embraced it in quite traditional industries, but have used it for a competitive advantage. And that's the likes of NVIDIA or SpaceX, where AI's raised the floor for all employees and they're interacting with it to produce new competitive advantages. And this shift from scarcity to abundance is quite radical. If you look at the professional services or charging per hour, the way that they were sort of rewarded or the value that they derived was having the highest talent people producing the best output and using a per hour basis to be rewarded. But if we have unlimited knowledge or we have unlimited talent, how are those services or how are those industries going to adjust and adapt? We're always going to look at how AI is enabling the shift, the role in different industries, and how we need to rethink resource allocation and utilization. So value creation and traditional models. So if we look at the historical context of value, it was based on goods and services at a per hour rate. And the larger the organization, sort of the greater the importance of economies of scale, everything was cookie cutter and nothing was really personalized. But if it was personalized, it was charged at a lot higher rate. And they had scarcity-based value models. So things like scenic real estate, mining, and manufacturing. There's only a limited amount of supply, and based on a limited amount of supply, the price would increase or the value would increase. And the limitations to these traditional models are the capital to begin, but also the resource depletion. You can only dig up dead dinosaurs for so long before they start to run out. Whereas the value creation in AI-driven models is a little bit different. They define their value in context. So personalized context. So the value through data and personalized products and services. So if we look at Klarna, Klarna is running a model at the moment where it looks at your previous purchasing history, your previous sort of credit card history, and it suggests personalized services or personalized products because it knows you very, very well. And we're now going to an abundance-based value model where the benefits are scalable. You can increase or even diversify your revenue streams, and it's significantly more efficient than traditional models. Because where they capture value in traditional models is through cost leadership, differentiation, and focus strategies. And usually their key KPIs are profit, market share, and return on investment. A really good example is automotive and consumer packaged goods, where they use their cost leadership, they use their size and their economies of scales to maintain their market share. So look at the new strategies enabled by AI. It's about data monetization and AI-powered customer insights. If a product or service is free, you're usually the product. They're usually getting the data, the information, so they can either advertise to you or sell it on the back end. And how we can use data-driven decision-making to predict the future or increase the probability of the future. Take successful AI-driven value capture examples are things like Netflix. Whereas historically, you'd have to pay individually for a film to go see a film, whether that be on a VHS, DVD, or in person. Whereas with Netflix and its abundance model, you can watch all of Netflix's content and you still pay the same amount per month. A good example is Domino's, of all companies. So they use predictive analytics to know when a pizza or what type or flavor of pizza is going to be ordered. And their accuracy or their machine learning is so advanced that their accuracy is down to 75 to 95% for when your order is going to be ready. So this allows for a lot more advanced scheduling of resources. They also crowdsource information. They had Points for Pi program where customers took photos of their pizzas and actually helped for their quality assurance. It also helped for their community to be grown. And this just means they're a lot more efficient, a lot more effective than other companies. Netflix with their personalization recommendation, which drives 80% of all content viewed on their platform. They use their viewers' history or their data, their rating and preferences to keep viewers watching more. And this data then predicts what sort of content they should be producing in the future. Take 11. The role of data and AI-driven models. So data is the new oil. It's the critical asset for how an AI has context. It includes words, not just numbers, but we do have to have a defined way that we store and use data. And we need ethical considerations about how we're being compliant with people's data, how we're going to build trust within the marketplace, and what role is it going to play with our decision making. And by leveraging big data, we can sort of derive a very, very important competitive advantage because it gives us unique insights to make better strategic decisions. The challenges and risks of these models is tech and operational challenges, especially around staff. It's how we integrate, it's how we educate, and it's the rules that we allow our staff to use these systems. Ethical and regulatory concerns, there is a lot of bias in algorithms and in our data, depending on how we have collected it or how we've stored or validated that data. And we need robust AI governance to continuously monitor and evaluate these models, but also our own data use and our own model use within a business. So what does the future look like for AI-driven value creation? So we've got emerging technologies and innovations such like AI agents. So AI agents sort of act like a staff member. They'll go out and do the low-level roles, but they're getting increasingly more complex. Where they can go out and interact with other people and other businesses to help speed up and be more efficient so that people are left the higher value tasks. And looking at what our industry or what your industry is going to be disruptive like, actually going out and doing a strategic document, thinking about what will the future look like with AI. And really investing in training for your staff so they're not afraid about this technology. The more training, the more staff understand it's a tool, and it's a tool to help them, not replace them. And making sure that we've got a strategic roadmap for how we're going to use AI in the business. If we keep throwing tools at people, they'll get quite disenfranchised if there isn't a strategy to follow along the way. What we do at Agentic Intelligence is we help educate your staff, we help derive and develop your strategy, and we help you implement AI to be more competitive in your business.